Hey guys, how you doing? Today I wanted to do a video with the outworld, with the outer world showing to you. Not a video of me, not a video of my face, a video of what we see, right? The reason I wanted to show you a video of what we see is because we see our reality through our own eyes. Everybody sees reality different, right? Our reality, we give meaning to our reality. What we think in our thoughts, what we believe to be true, is how we see our reality. I'm seeing a beautiful day here. I'm seeing that it's late afternoon, early evening. It is about 6:20 p.m. here in my part of the world, and this is my reality this evening, right? It's green, it's beautiful. It's a nice early fall, early evening. But I wanted to show you this because I need you to understand that the way we lead our lives, the way we feel about our lives, and how we view our lives is all based on our perception of our reality, right? I'm a pretty balanced guy for the most part. So, I mean, to me, it's nice. I just went to the park. I went for a 1 hour walk, which is what I normally do. I usually go to the gym in winter when it's much colder here, and the option for me being outside and walking is not so good. Now, if I were somebody that's pessimistic, moody, doesn't see the brighter part of life, I would be like, it's just another evening, it's nice out, but who cares? It's nothing that great. The city's ugly, these streets are ugly. Do you understand what I mean? Our perspective of our internal mind perception to what we see with our eyes, what we live in, how we view life, is how we react to our external world, right? I mean, essentially, our external world, it has the meaning that we give it. If we choose to see things as nice, as pleasant, that's our perspective. If somebody chooses to see it as horrible, as ugly, as, look at this city, there's no nice buildings, yada, 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 then that's how we're going to feel about life, right? So what I'm trying to make you guys understand here is, I know life can get tough. Sometimes we're down. Sometimes things are tough, but if you look at everything with a positive outlook, if you look at it with, it's an opportunity to make things better, right? We got another day of life to go out there and make our dreams come true, try to fight for our goals, try to fight for our dreams, try to, make our reality a better one. Then so be it, right? Just a perspective of how we see life, how we view things through our lens, through our eyes, right? So it's just a matter of changing a perspective. I know sometimes it's not easy to be positive. It's not easy to look at things with rose-colored glasses. I am not asking you to create a fantasy world where everything's amazing, because the reality of that doesn't exist. Life can get tough. There are different circumstances that we run into in life. But, our life, our world is what we make of it. We, not what everybody else makes it, not the guy down the street, not the guy that cut you off, not the guy that made you wait in line, not your neighbor that has a fancy car and your car's not as nice as his, not the guy with the hot girlfriend and you don't have one. Or, hey, why does that guy have a good job and my, I have that? No. Our reality is a perception of what we see, but it's nobody else's fault. We cannot blame somebody else. We cannot not take responsibility for our way of looking at our life. Yes, it's tough. Yes, it can get, frustrating. It can get rough. But you have a choice on how you view things, and if you choose to live life negatively, always complaining, never being happy, and never seeing the goodness in anything, you're going to be miserable, and your energies are going to attract that misery back to you, you're not going to attract people, of good quality, of good vibrations and good energies back to you. You're going to attract negativity. You're going to attract things that are going to bring you further down, and you're going to fall further and further down that rabbit hole of woe is me, nothing is working for me, why is life so miserable, right? Life can be miserable, but life is what you make it, right? Life is what you choose to view, what option you choose to make your life better, right? To try your best to get ahead in life, to understand that good things come to those who work for them, that a positive outlook can help you, get a different perspective on life. But look at it this way, you guys. If you make X amount of money, in a year, right? You make X amount of dollars a year. There's always going to be like, well, I wish I was making 100,000, or that guy makes this. Just remember, for every person that's better off than you are, there is always people that are worse off than you are and have a way more miserable life than you are. Some people don't have food to bring to the table. Some people can't clothe their children. Some people can't afford the little luxuries in life that you take for granted. Be grateful. Practice being grateful for everything that you have. Practice gratefulness. Practice, practice being thankful for everything you have. Always be helpful. Try to be generous to people that don't have anything, people that have less than you. You guys, you know what I do, and I'm not tooting my own horn. I'm an honest guy, and that's not the way that I live my life. But once every month and a half to like 2.5 months, I go through my closet. Whatever clothes I do not wear that are just sitting there collecting dust, that I'm not using, bed clothes that are still in good shape, I just don't wear them anymore. I outgrew them, or I just don't wear them anymore. They're not something they're not part of my weekly, clothing options. I get all those clothes into a box, even some runners in good shape that I don't use, and I donate them. I donate them to the Salvation Army. Once every 2 to 3 months, I donate stuff to the Salvation Army that I no longer use, that is just sitting in my apartment collecting dust, not being of any use to anybody, and it can help somebody out. They can get clothes at Salvation Army for very little money, and they'll put those clothes to good use for themselves, for their kids, for whoever that might be. Okay, so you got to give, be thankful. Be thankful by giving. Be thankful by, maybe, donating clothes, donating food, working at a supper for homeless people, something like that. Just anything that you feel where you can give. Because you know what happens with the universe when you give, when the universe shows that you're not selfish, that you care to give. I'm not saying you have to be Mother Teresa and be out there every single day, giving and giving and giving. No, I'm not asking you that. But, in a small way, if you can find your way to giving something to somebody, to making somebody's day, those energies will return to you tenfold. Positive. By the same token, if you view your world negatively, you're always complaining, I don't have enough, I don't have this, I don't have that, why does that guy have this? Well, guess what? The universe is going to make it quick work of showing you why your life is so miserable, and it's only going to multiply the misery of your life, by showing you exactly what you think and what you see, with your eyes, the world that you see. So, be thankful, be grateful, be generous. Hey, you don't have to donate clothes, every 1 to 3 months. But even once a year, hey, you know what? Clothes that your kids no longer wear, clothes that your kids outgrew, right? Donate them. Clothes that you no longer use, that they're in good shape. Don't give away tattered stuff that's horrible and ugly and that nobody should be wearing, because that's a bad idea. And what you're essentially is like, this isn't good enough for me anymore, so I'll just get rid of it, and somebody else can wear these tattered clothes. No. That's not the way of looking at it, guys, right? But it is being generous with what you no longer wear, and donating, giving, and yeah, feeling thankful, feeling grateful. And there's a saying, there is a saying that says, if you want good things to come to your life, you got to make room. You got to make room, right? Make room for new stuff to come in. So if you're generous, if you donate unused clothes, shoes, even appliances, an old TV you don't use anymore, an old radio you don't use anymore, but it's still functional. You're making space for new stuff to come in. You're being generous with your time, with sharing stuff for people that are in need of it. And you'll be growing as a person, and you'll also be creating that room, right? You're donating, you're making space in your personal space, your clothing, whatever you guys understand, in your household, and you are opening up that space for new stuff to come into you. Okay, guys? That's my message for this evening. I might make another short tonight. Please comment, like, subscribe, let me know what you'd like to hear about. I've got a lot of experience in this world and a lot of topics to talk about for both men and women, primarily men. I don't claim to know that much about ladies, but I do, understand that sometimes some of the topics I talk about have no gender specification, right? They can serve men and women. Thank you, guys. We'll talk later, okay?